Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to One Piece, chapter 1188. But first, let's talk a little bit about 1187. So first, I think it's cool the way that the title comes up in what happens in the chapter. Because, Sanji says, you're the root of the problem to killing him. In regards to what to do in regards to the rain god. But at the same time, it very much applies to Sanji, the way that he has the potential for Conqueror's Haki. And the root of the problem is he possesses a streak of masochistic instability. And so that's why he hasn't been able to use it. And I already, explained as to why I think what that involves slash implies. So yeah, I think it really works. And I was thinking as well how we see Sanji smoking when he's all listing the problems about what to do. And I was like, why is he doing this? It feels like way too calm in regards to something that it seems like he had no solution to. And it was like, well, okay. It's because he'd already, decided in his head to finish off that monologue with killing him. But why take the time to actually, go through it out loud? And I think it's because Sanji might be feeling anxious, or he has a tendency to overthink about these things. So he's taking that moment to calm himself down and think about things, calmly and as, I don't want to say objective because that's not possible, but just kind of distance himself a little from everything that's going on to try and, word it in a way that's, just factual and not get angry. That's my take on it. I don't think it's unique, but I think that's what's going on. Also, I saw someone's post on Twitter, I don't remember who it was, that saw in the original Japanese that Zoro, well, first, Summers is the one who says, my companion will be retrieving the brats in no time and will be out of your hair. And then Zoro says, fancy that, my companion just went towards the village. And the word that they use for companion, it's interesting. It's not nakama, it's not, tomodachi, it's not friend, basically. It's doryo, which is basically like a colleague who you see of equal value and or role to yours. So some are saying that I was already like, yeah, that makes sense. just the way that he treats killing him. I can tell that he respects him and genuinely values his opinion and his and just, you know, what he brings to the Holy Knights. But this is also pretty big for Zoro, you know, considering how him and Sanji are always fighting over who's better, who, you know, is more just, you know, higher in bounty, therefore more stronger, and just, you know, who has the more worth in the crew and all that. But these are his true feelings. He does genuinely see Sanji as equal to him. Despite all the fighting, here we have Zoro saying, basically, yeah, I don't see him as inferior than me. And I have complete faith that he will beat your companion, your colleague of equal value. So I really like that. Because I said it last time, like, we've gotten Zoro saying things of this similar sort before. But the way that he specifically used it, even if he was copying the way that Summers referred to killing him, it's still, I still count it. Like, Zoro could have used another word and mean it. But it was, you know, important for him to, like, basically go, like, yeah, okay. You have a companion that's as strong as you, then so do I. We'll be fine. And then we had the last double page spread, which I already gushed about so much last time. But I am so excited where we're gonna go from here in regards to, like, the Zoro Sanji stuff, as well as Luffy versus Imu. So let's get to 1188. Titled, oh, ooh, it's a color chapter cover. Nice, love that. It looks like they're kind of like in Fishman Island, or at the very least underwater, with, like, you know, the bubbles you get with the air. Robin and Frankie in their own one. Love that. Zoro sleeping next to Luffy. That's so cute. Okay. Ooh. Hello? Hello? Come in. Hello? What? Huh? Chapter 1188. Vohu. Who are you? Mu? I am Imu. Who art thou? Oh, me. I am Joy Boy. Whoa. Okay. Indeed. Joy Boy is long dead. Oh, you can even see, you know, an anger vein showing up in Imu's forehead. He's that pissed off of having to acknowledge that, oh yeah, Joy Boy is no longer around. You can't replace him. That was so cool. Like, I think it's both a memory, but also Imu's own memory. You know, kind of like not warping it, but just showing that Imu is definitely in between eras in his mind. So why dost thou remind me of that time? Ooh. I mean, you only have to look at Luffy. If Joy Boy is as similar to Luffy like we expected him to, at least when he was in a war with Imu and the, you know, the 20 people that would become the world government. I'm like, I am surprised that Imu is even questioning that. No. Okay. Imu is just wrapping omen around his arm. How should I know? Right? Okay. He punches Luffy. And Luffy dodges by stretching his head downwards. Huh? He dodged! Below us! Down, down! Oh, okay. I did not know that the Omen Flames could speak. Looks like they have actual sentience? Sure. Oh, yeah. They did reach Luffy's head and managed to punch him. And then an explosion followed suit. Now Luffy's a little burnt, with the top half of his body stuck below ground, but it seems like he managed to get out of it pretty quick. Yep. He's in front of Imu again, but still very, very charred. Well, he's preparing to punch Imu again. And Imu is holding out the what looks like a naginata, but I'm not sure exactly what kind of bladed weapon it is. Okay, let's zoom in on Imu's eye, and then we get it looks like sound effects for the Omen halo in the back. Okay, Luffy, it looks like he kind of does a, oh my god, why am I blanking out? When we see this move all the time, but like, Gatling, it kind of looks like Gatling. I was able to hit you before. Yeah, I did say that when it happened, like, I feel like that's the only hit Luffy's going to get on Imu. That was a lucky hit. But also, I feel like Imu let his guard down because of the Nika form. Okay. Imu just sent another Omen explosion towards Luffy's way. But he managed to dodge. Close one. Okay. And we just keep sending those little Omen black clouds. Well, they're chasing me. Are those supposed to be bombs? Gomu Gomu! No, Jet Gatling! Okay, he managed to make them explode before they got to him. Gomu Gomu no! Genie! Okay. Like, I know Gear 5 is very much Toon Force, but I was not expecting this. I can only think of like the genie from Aladdin. Ho 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 ho. Oh yeah, I saw your fight with Loki, and I won't let his death be in vain. He's not dead. Why are you assuming that? I'm still alive, you moron. See? Oh hey, Loki, you're alive. He's so... I can't. Okay, Emu just keeps spamming that move, sending the omen little clouds. Oh crap, damn it! Oh, Ragnar? Krididi! Move, Ragnar! Arabesque breakfast. What was that, Jimbe? Yeah. Okay. Jimbe! Go ahead. Luffy, do you want me to make sure he's protected? Yes, please. Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Jimbe. He's my pa. Oh, he's my pal. Oh, that's so cute. I'm all for Loki for Nakama, but I'm keeping my expectations low. I ain't nobody's pal, stupid pipsqueak. Alright, I can do that. You focus on the fight. I love how Luffy Jinbei did not acknowledge what Loki just said. You're like, yeah, okay, it's in that age, stay down. Wait, that's Luffy? He's fighting that guy from before? Is he gonna be alright? Who is that guy anyway? Well, the only people higher than the Knights of God are supposed to be the Five Elders, as far as I know. The moment Brooke started speaking, I was like, wait a minute. Is Brooke gonna, like, drop a bomb and be like, actually, I've known about him the whole time. But no, okay, yeah. So maybe he's the Knight's commander? I bet that's it. Technically there's two commanders. And I don't think... Definitely, neither of them are around this power level. Granted, we haven't seen Shamrock really fight, but like, come on, it's Emu. Surely not. There is no group more shrouded in mystery than the world government. Yeah. Hey Brooke, she's almost out. Ah, Princess shooting. What's our next step? What does one do with a frozen person? And let's see, when Robin and Luffy got frozen, they've been frozen before? Wait, I'm not sure what Brooke is referencing. When did Robin and Luffy get frozen? Oh, with Aokiji? Yeah, I think that's it. When Aokiji was introduced. Gunko. Couldst thou not break that ice? Gomu Gomu? A man with an afro, calling Gunko Princess Shuri. Could it be? Well, I am honestly surprised that Emu would even have an inkling of a memory regarding Brooke. You know, the whole, like, why would I care about, you know, the lives of ants that the Gorosei and Emu seem to have. Well, yeah, Emu was there on the day that Shuri was taken. And honestly, I'm also kind of surprised that Emu would even remember Shuri's actual name. Because for Emu, you know, Gunko is her proper name. Even though she was brainwashed. Most likely through a covenant. Okay. Caught you sleeping, Bullet. That's necessarily a attack name. Were thou not watching earlier? Watching what happened to Loki despite his size? Oh wait, no, that's Emu talking. Watching what happened to Loki despite his size. Stigma. Oh yeah. To be fair, like, Luffy can just, like, change size any moment. So it's pretty easy to dodge this, whereas Loki is a big target. Though he's still fairly fast, but, like, I don't think he can compare to, like, Luffy's speed. Okay, yeah, he was spamming that move again. Luffy running away, but the Omen still caught him. Oh? Emu spinning the blade weapon, then throwing Omen onto it from the halo, and making the whole weapon just be imbued with Omen. I wonder if it's any... if it can be compared in any way to hockey. Blade of Nothingness, Vohu. Okay, so that's why. So that's what Vohu is. Gotcha. Okay, just Emu surrounded by trees. Dead trees. Huh? The forest dried out. Oh, wait. Emu is making it that way with the sword. Gotcha. The view is clearer now. Same from up here. Of course I know that thou art not Joy Boy. Huh? Whoa. Emu just looked at Luffy and Luffy just started bleeding from his mouth. What? Go. Oh shit! Joy Boy was not this weak. Holy shit. Like, obviously, Luffy will leave, but that does not make the panel any less surprising and striking. You know, like, I don't think anyone expected Luffy to win against Emu. Or to, like, even injure Emu to a, you know, a degree that would be substantial. But god damn. I feel like I gotta mention it because it feels very reminiscent of it. But I am being reminded of back in Alabasta, the first fight between Luffy and Crocodile, when Crocodile just like impales Luffy with his hook. And this is what yeah, what I'm getting memories of. Good lord, there's so much blood coming out of the wound. Yo, maybe maybe Elbaf is closer to being finished than anyone thought. I could be wrong, but like, I feel this might be the turning point of the arc. With the Straw Hats and the Elbaf people suffering a lot of losses. Like, I really think that this arc will end in mostly defeat. Like, we might be able to save some of the children, but like, yeah. Yeah, we're just not on the level right now to be a challenge to Emu, huh? That's crazy. At first I was like, what did Emu do? Like, just with a glare? Luffy started bleeding, but no. Emu had already stabbed Luffy in that moment. Oh my god, bro. That's, okay. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, like, oh, did we see any Sanji and Sora? But no, we didn't. We mostly focused on Emu versus Luffy. We saw a little bit of, like, Loki with Brooks' group. But other than that, it was pretty much all fight. Which is why I don't think I have a lot to say right now. But there's some really interesting stuff in regards to, like, Emu's characterization. And how the way that Emu just keeps telling to himself Luffy's not Joy Boy. Oh, granted though, even though the distinction keeps being made this whole chapter, Emu has not said Luffy's name whatsoever. Like, yeah, you know, way back, well, not way back, but when Emu first arrived to the island, and we saw, like, flashes of the past during the series, we did get, like, Emu going like, huh? Monkey D. Luffy, who is this guy? When he showed up in Marineford. But in the present, Emu has not said Luffy's name, which I feel like it's important in regards to not acknowledging him as Joy Boy, but at the same time, he's not acknowledging him as his own person either. But I mean, I'm sure it's because Emu doesn't see it worth his time, you know, to remember the name of an ant that simply happens to resemble Joy Boy in appearance. But it could also be that Emu is coping, trying to convince himself that Luffy is not like Joy Boy, because Emu is still trying to cling to the version of Emu that he liked. The one that validated his views, and maybe even the one that he felt fully accepted by. But that was not the version of Joy Boy. later in life, and Emu just can't handle that. And I feel that's reinforced by, the kind of flashback, but not quite, because it's only dialogue in the very first page. And it seems like it's when Emu and Joy Boy first met each other. And that's, that version of Joy Boy that Emu truly acknowledges. He doesn't want to acknowledge Joy Boy's whole personhood, just the one part that made him feel good. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this one. I don't know where we go from here, but like I said, I feel like things are just gonna keep getting worse and worse in regards to the state of the island and just the tone. So I'm gonna leave this here. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.